Hey there, guys. Welcome back to a brand new Flick Pick live show, and we're in the Endgame now. This is it. Don't get scared now. All right, we're just a few hours away from 2020 or 2021. I forgot which year it was. I know in some places the new year has already happened for you, but where I live on the East Coast, it has not happened. And if you live on the West Coast, well, you got a few extra hours to wait. But nevertheless, it doesn't matter. We're all here now. We're going to talk about some movies, grab some popcorn, something cold to drink, and let's just have a good time. And by the way, I will not be here technically until midnight. That would be like, I don't know, 3.5 hours, 4 hours. I'm not a mathematician. But yeah, I'm going to stay here for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half, whatever it takes to fulfill your needs, your fantasies, and your desires, or entertain you for a little bit. But that's what we're doing here today. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I just want to make sure the audio is good because I always have a technical issue on YouTube. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. All good. All right, guys. Yeah, thanks for joining me once again. I missed you guys. So much to talk about, and before we dive into it, I know, I owe you a Wonder Woman review, a Wonder Woman 84 review, and I sort of have it ready to go. I finally did my set back there the way I wanted it. It took a while, a lot of tinkering and adjusting, and a lot of annoying things to get it how I wanted it. But yeah, that's going to be the new backdrop for upcoming videos on the Flick Pick channel. But you know what? That's not what we're doing here now. I'm gonna answer some of your questions, and let's find the questions here. There we go. The first one, by the way, somebody earlier said, first rule about 2021, we do not talk about 2020. I agree. Completely agree. I think 2021 can either make everything better, fix things, or things go on a downslide into hell, and humanity loses all faith, and then we just live in a bunker underground eating cans of sardines. Those are the two options for 2021. And either way, I'm looking forward to it. All right, the first super chat comes from Chris Donahue. Mando season... it confused me here. Mando season 2, 1 through 10. Yeah? What does that mean? Do you want me to talk about all the episodes? I loved them. I liked season 2 a lot more than season 1 of Mando, and I'm looking forward to the Book of Boba Fett, man. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I liked the ending. I watched actually the season finale just last night again, and I try to love it, and I do really like it, but that Luke's face, just less would have been more in that situation. Charles Taff, thanks for the super chat, man. No question, but thank you so much. Much appreciated. Oh, that was 7 days ago. Nick, hey, John. Have loved your channel for years. I wanted to ask, what kind of TV do you use and sound system? Have a great new year. Well, you have a great new year as well, Nick. As far as my TV, I have an LG OLED 65-inch TV. I bought it in 2017. As far as my sound system goes, I used to have a Yamaha 5.1 surround system, and then I moved from a house to an apartment, and I still use the sound system. My neighbors hated my guts. And then eventually... I sold it because I didn't need it anymore. Because now I live in a townhouse, and now I use just an LG soundbar with a sub. And it's good. You know, one day I do want to get back to a surround sound system for sure. But as of right now, it does the job. All right. The next one comes from. Have you seen Soul? Yes, I have seen Soul. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. I'm not going to do a review for Soul. I just don't feel like it, but I will mention it maybe a little bit more in my top 10 best of 2020. And let me tell you something about my top 10 best of 2020. That the list has like 5 movies. Any more than 5 movies, I'm sort of just putting movies on the list. I'm like, here's 5 more movies, but I'm not going to watch any of these again, but they make my top 10. So yeah, I don't know. 2020 just didn't give me a lot of... There's some good movies this year, but for me, when it comes to like a great film that I can qualify on my top 10 best of the year list, it has to be a film that has rewatchability. That's such a big factor for me in loving a movie. And if it doesn't have rewatchability, I'm just like, it's a movie, but I don't want to rewatch it again. So then how much do I really love it? There's so many movies like that. So as far as Soul goes, to get to your question, I liked it. I didn't feel like... I thought the concept was great. I didn't feel like there was enough stuff or story to really play out for a 2-hour movie. And all the things with Soul, the character, the main character, I liked him. I liked the jazz element. I liked everything set in his like reality. I liked the things with the cat and the barbershop scene. I thought that was all great. But outside of that, when they're actually in the existential middle life area where everything looks like a little jelly bean or something, like the characters look like little jelly beans floating around or whatever, I was just like, this isn't like, this is kind of boring. Like I was like, let's just get back to the reality stuff. It had a lot of elements of like Inside Out. But I don't know. I just, and the thing I really didn't love about Soul was, and I guess it's a lot to hope for like a dark ending when it comes to like a Pixar film. I get it. You have to leave happy. But I sort of just guessed how the movie would end. Like, I think we all could have assumed how the movie was going to end. Like, I'm sure if I said, like, before the movie came out, if I was like, how do you think Soul ends? I guarantee 98% of people would probably guess, or at least that's how I felt when I started watching the movie. It was good. The animation looked great. But as far as, like, rewatching it again, I just don't think I would. When it comes to my Pixar films, like, give me The Incredibles. Give me Toy Story. I want more of an adventure, more of a fantasy. I don't want to watch a guy, you know, debating if he's allowed to go to heaven or go back to reality. I don't know. There's just something about the adventure aspect of the story. Just it did captivate me, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's my unpopular opinion, but that's how I felt about it. Am I looking forward to Cobra Kai Season 3? You bet your sweet ass I am. I'm ready to sweep all of your legs right now. Put you in a body bag. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it comes out. Does it technically come out tonight at midnight on Netflix? Or some point tonight? I'll definitely watch maybe an episode or two if I have time. I actually had a screener link to Cobra Kai for the last few days. And I could have watched it and went through the process of clicking the link and watching some of the episodes. But to be honest, I was like, you know what? I'm going to savor the flavor. All right. And I'm just going to watch it alongside everyone else when it comes out on the 1st of January. So that's what I'm going to do. It might take me a few days to get through it. But you know, I do want to talk about it. So at some point after I watch it all, we'll definitely talk about Cobra Kai Season 3. The one thing I was a little upset though, is when you get the screener link from Netflix, it basically, no worries, I won't tell you the spoilers, but they put like a list of 10 spoilers, like 10 major plot points right above the link that you click on saying, don't mention this if you review it. And like, I started looking at it, I was like, oh, fuck. Like, don't tell me that. So yeah, I was like, okay, Netflix, thanks. But either way, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Tyson Sherborne, thanks for the super chat, man. John, you have to watch Gentleman. Swear it's good. I did watch The Gentleman. It was okay. It felt like a typical Guy Ritchie movie with a lot of British wit and violence, and I liked Matthew McConaughey. I liked the concept of the movie. I liked that they were like growing drugs in a bunker underground. I liked all of that. I believe it was based on a true story. I did not love the movie. Yeah, I just didn't love it. And I really thought I would. I like movies about criminals, but something about it I just was not invested. Like, I guess I just didn't love any of the characters in the movie. The next one comes from, that's a great name. Where are we at here? Okay. Here we go. All right. Ismail Akbal? I believe I pronounced that wrong, but how's it going, buddy? Hey, John. Happy New Year. Just watched 7 for the first time. Ending has blown my mind. Have a great New Year. Well, you too. What's the box? What's in the fucking box? Yeah, if you haven't, how did you go so long without seeing 7, man? You went like almost 26 years. Good job. Yeah, I like the ending to 7. I love seedy, dark endings, and I've always enjoyed movies where sort of the bad guy wins. Yeah, the ending of 7 is phenomenal. Benny, Happy New Year, John. Any plans? Yeah, actually, here in about an hour, we're supposed to go to a friend's house, and they live in the same, community that we live in, like 2 minutes down the road. So I guess we're going there, playing board games. I'm going to drink some Fireballs. Either way, it's going to be a good year, man, and thanks for the question. Max Nugenbauer. Do you plan on making your best and worst movies of 2020, or is there not enough? My favorite movie of 2020 is Bad Boys for Life. Well, Max, I wouldn't say Bad Boys for Life is my favorite movie of 2020. I don't even think it would go on the top 10 list. And that, like I said, I can make a top 10 worst of 2020 pretty easy. Like I just thought about it the other day when I was on the toilet and I got to like 8 movies. And but making that top 10 best, like maybe I'm a little bit picky, maybe I'm a snob when it comes to my movies. I can't just put any art house film on there because it was slightly good or slightly captivating. Like it has to be a good movie. Like I have to know I want to go buy that movie on 4K Blu-ray when it comes out and one day pop it into the player and want to watch it. And a lot of movies this year, like I watched it and I'm like, yeah, it was okay, but I'm never going to see that again. So in all honesty, this year, I'm probably going to cheat during my top 10 best of the year, and I might just include a few TV series on there. Fuck it. You can't tell me what to do, society. I make the rules, not you. And I'm going to scissor kick you in the back of the head after I drink some Mountain Dew. All right. Yeah, so it's been a hard year to make a top 10 best, but top 10 worst, that's always easy. That's always easy. Rando Commando 41. Would you rather be Marv or Harry? You have to endure the booby traps from both movies. I swear someone asked me that same question on a previous live stream, but I'm going to answer it once again. I always thought Marv got the worst of it. Like, honestly, when you think about all the Home Alone movies, Marv got his ass kicked. Like, stepping on the Christmas bulbs. The nail in the foot. Then again, though, Harry had his head burned and his hand burned and got blown up in Home Alone 2. But Marv was shocked to death into a plastic skeleton. You know what? Actually, that's a deep thought question you asked me there. And it shouldn't be, but for me it is. I honestly think Harry got it worse. He has scars and burns. And plus your head being lit on fire. I don't know about you, but that's pretty bad. That's pretty brutal. So maybe Harry got the worst of it. Either way, they should have both been dead after the first movie. Like you can't get hit in the head with a paint can and usually survive it without some long-term side effects. Balls in the hole. Hey, John, Happy New Year. If you would make your movie reviews on your main channel a vlog style with less editing, you would make a great comeback. Keep it up. I've thought about that many, many times, and I don't think society's quite ready for that. It's a weird thing on YouTube. When you do a movie review, people need you to sit in a static location staring at the camera with some jump cuts. I know that's crazy, and I've always hated that because I feel so trapped every time I do a movie review when I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, hey guys, here's this movie, blah, 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 blah. And I just, like, I want to take that camera and then I want to start the review out in my studio. And then all of a sudden, the next clip, I'm driving down the road. And the next clip, I'm in Best Buy talking about the movie. And then it ends up with me, I don't know, buying frozen pizza at Walmart for no reason, still talking about the movie. That's the sort of the style of movie reviews I thought about doing like 5 years ago. I was like, no one else is doing that. I feel like I can do that. And I don't feel like a lot of other people could duplicate that. So yeah, I've definitely thought about that. But then again, it's quite the process. So I don't know if I could justify it. But like I said, that is the new backdrop for movie reviews. It's much more relaxing. And I'm going to do more dedicated videos on the Flickpick channel back there. It just, look at that. Doesn't that just look... That right there looks magical to me. I don't know why. It took me a while to figure out how I wanted to do it, though. Just getting the camera angle right. Brian Cass, are you excited about joining the movie trivia schmodown? Yeah, I'm excited. Well, at first, I didn't quite understand how it worked. I was like, well, do I have to be here every week on Wednesday to do this? Because I was like, I can't quite commit to that. I have a weird thing. I can't commit to things because if I commit to something, it becomes an obligation. And if it becomes an obligation, I no longer want to do it. That's just how I've been my entire life. It's just like it's the way I do live streams. If I tell you guys I'm going to be here every Monday night at 8 o'clock, Well, I might want to that day, or I might not want to. And then if I don't want to do it, then I'm not going to give it everything I have. That's why I just do these very impromptu when I just get the vibe, the energy. And whenever I go buy a delicious energy drink, that's when I do the live streams. And it's the same way I make YouTube videos. I just can't make obligatory videos because then I feel like it comes across. But getting back to your question, yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm probably going to get my ass kicked with the Schmodown. I feel like I know a lot about movies. I know a lot of random things. But I watch a few episodes of the Schmodown, and it's just like some of the questions, I'm like, how do you know that? Like, how do you know that? That's beyond any common knowledge. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully it's a good time. Tyson Sherborne, John, you have to watch The Gentleman. We already answered that question a little bit earlier. Jordan, sup, John? I think Aquaman is the most entertaining and rewatchable DC movie. It's a far better homage to the silliness of the 80s than Wonder Woman 84. Would you agree? Would I agree that Aquaman is better than Wonder Woman 84? Yes, I would. Yeah, I would agree a pile of fucking pigeon shit is better than Wonder Woman 84. Yes. Aquaman was, it's pure entertaining. It's pure entertainment and pure spectacle, and it's not apologetic. Are there some things I would definitely tweak if it was up to me? Yes. There's some definitely music choices in the midpoint of the movie where they start playing like random pop music. When what's his name what is it? Black Mantis or whatever? I don't forget his name. Anyway. Yeah, I liked it. The thing is about Aquaman, is it Black Manta? Either way, the thing about Aquaman was, like, I liked it more the second time I watched the movie. But yeah, I would agree it's very rewatchable. Is it my favorite DC movie? Probably not. I still stand by Man of Steel. I really do. Like, with an emotional impact, Man of Steel made me feel something. Charles Taff, have you ever seen My Cousin Vinny? Great comedy. Hey, Charles, somebody just asked me that question. I know I answered that within the last week. I don't remember where, but I know I answered that. I love me some Cousin Vinny. Joe Pesci, you can't go wrong. I love that he's just like an off-the-wall lawyer from New York going into some small town, and it stars the Karate Kid. So, yeah, it's a great movie. I always remember watching it on HBO all the time growing up. And Marissa Tomei. Can't go wrong with that either. Bakota. John, what's your take on the Apes trilogy? Well, the thing with the Apes trilogy is I honestly think the first movie is my favorite. And I don't think many people would say that, but I enjoy that origin story. I enjoy the low-key aspect of it. And it has the most emotion for me because you have young Caesar with James Franco, and like I almost like it's like a little dog, you know, and when young Caesar's like taken away from James Franco, I was like, that's sort of sad. And I really like that. I liked seeing like the young Caesar growing up and the evolution of that. And then the sequels were both great sequels. But the thing is, I've never had the urge to rewatch them. Like, I enjoyed watching each one the first time, and I've never had the urge to go back and revisit them. Maybe I'm the only one, but that's how I feel about them. And that was like, I know Matt Reeves can make a great looking movie. He can make a good movie, but I just hope he knows how to, like, when it comes to the new Batman movie, like, I want him to make a rewatchable movie. Plus, real quick side note, because I when it comes to the second Apes movie with Jason Clarke, I've never enjoyed Jason Clarke in a movie. I just never have. I just feel like he's like generic guy in every movie he plays. And really, I'll tell you the movie that really turned me off to Jason Clarke was Terminator Genesis. Just like something about his performance in that movie as John Connor, he just was not right for the role. The scar on his face looked like someone slapped some bologna on his face or something. I don't know. Just feels like generic guy to me in every movie. Hector the Chill Guy. Hey, John. Happy New Year, man. My question is, haven't watched Sound of Metal yet, but doesn't Riz Ahmed look like Ryan Gosling in Place Beyond the Pines. Yeah, I haven't seen Sound of Metal yet. That is one movie I need to watch before I make like a top 10 of 2020. From the clip I saw, he has like the bleach blonde short hair, and yeah, he does sort of look like Ryan Gosling in Place Beyond the Pines, except he's not riding a dirt bike with a Metallica cutoff on. So yeah, he does resemble the Moto Bandit just a little bit. And thank you for the question, Hector, man. Thank you so much. Tyson Sherborn, do you recognize me when I'm in the chat? Tyson, yes. I always, when you guys come back multiple times, I do remember the names, always. But I've always been a visual person. Like, I wish I could put a face with the name. That's just how I am. So, Tyson, if you want to DM me a picture of your beautiful face on Twitter, that way I can remember what you look like. And then that'll make us feel more connected during the streams. But thanks for the question, man. Jacob Juice. Hey, Jacob, how's it going, buddy? Dear John, here in Holland, it just became 2021. I wish you the best in 2021. Year you can get. We will talk again in the near future. Best, Jacob. Well, thanks, Jacob. And Jacob always leaves the best questions on my Patreon podcasts and Q&As. Always the most delightful, inspiring, and beautiful questions. Like they almost feel like they were written from a poet in the 1800s. Like they always soothe me. But thank you, Jacob. Have a good night, buddy. Stephanie Myers. Hey, Stephanie. Happy 2021, John. Well, thank you. And happy 2021 to you. We're almost there. A few hours away. I'm scared. I almost feel like the planet Earth is going to implode. Let's hope not. Carter Lovejoy. What do you hope to see hit 4K Blu-ray in 2021? I would like to see Nightcrawler hit 4K Blu-ray. I would like to see Point Break hit 4K, and maybe Over the Top. There's probably 150 other movies I'd like to see hit 4K, but honestly, I want Point Break on 4K and Nightcrawler. Like, those are two movies I need right now. Obetter Zaga. I found a way to make Fast and Furious watchable. Have Nicolas Cage join the team in his Gone in 60 Seconds character. I think that would make any movie more watchable. If you had Nicolas Cage to any movie, it instantly elevates said movie and makes it better. I can't think of a movie where that would make it worse. No. Nicolas Cage is the cure to everything. Yeah, I agree. Roger, Happy New Year. What's your favorite moment or moments from The Fanatic? It's hard to pick just one. When he shows up at the end of the movie dressed like Jason Voorhees, that's phenomenal. Or when the maid in the movie dies, and he's like, "Oh, that's no good. I forget what he says exactly, but that's a great scene." Or when he's looking in the mirror dressed like a British police officer, poppycock. Like, that's also great. It's hard to pick just one phenomenal scene from that movie. No. I know. I have it. When he assaults the guy, and he's like, "I hope Freddy Krueger comes and cuts off your head, and it rolls in a street, and a truck drives over it." Like that. That is the best scene in The Fanatic. Michael Pacheco. Hey, John, have you seen the new cut of Godfather 3? No, I haven't, and I can't bring myself to do it. Watching The Godfather 3 for the first time ever years ago was such a tedious chore. And I've heard the new cut of it doesn't really make it better, so I don't know if I could justify spending 3 hours of my life watching it. I haven't heard anyone say it's great, the new cut. Maybe it is, but I just don't know if it's worth the time to watch. Caleb Eisenhuth. Hey, John, did you know that Snyder's original draft of Batman v Superman and Superman were supposed to fight twice? Batman would have lost the first time. I feel like I heard that somewhere before, and yeah, that would have made sense, because you sort of have to have Superman win in a fight in a movie. Like, it only makes sense. Like, that would have made sense because you could have had Batman get his ass kicked in the first fight, then he sort of picks up on the weaknesses of Superman, and then he comes back with more of a strategy and a plan. Yeah, I could see that. By the way, I just watched Batman v Superman on HBO Max 2 nights ago. God, it's so like such a messy, dragged out movie. But there's moments I really love. Like there's like a handful of scenes in that movie. Like I'm like, okay, I can watch the next 30 minutes of this to get to that scene I like. Then I can watch the next 20 minutes of it to get to the scene I like. But yeah, that would have made sense. Sure. Just JDD24. Hey, John, what was the last time you watched Nightcrawler? Watched it again today. I probably watched Nightcrawler about a month ago on Netflix. And every time I come across it on Netflix, when I can't find anything else to watch and I'm eating and I want something to watch, I typically just start watching it. I like watch the first 30 minutes as I eat. It never gets old to me. Azim the Dream Reviews. John, Happy New Year to you. Cobra Kai Season 3 tomorrow. Are you staying up till midnight to watch it? The countdown has begun. Of course, it's the new year. I'm staying up till midnight. I have to. Because I have to just see what happens at midnight. But will I watch Cobra Kai? Like I said earlier, I'll probably watch an episode or two tonight. Sure, definitely. I've been waiting for this. Like, I need this show. This is like my happy place show. Roger. Did you get the original Mad Max on 4K? The cover looks sick. Also, what are your thoughts on the film? I don't love the original Mad Max. I like Road Warrior. That is my personal favorite, which I would love to get on 4K. But I don't own it on 4K. I would like to. I didn't. Is it out? I guess it is out on 4K, isn't it? But yeah, Fury Road looks phenomenal on 4K, even though it was shot with 2K cameras. But nevertheless, I would get Road Warrior on 4K. Sure. I hope it's a good transfer, because that's a really rough looking movie. Like, the print of it just looks beat up and torn. And I sort of think that adds to the flavor of the movie, though. I sort of like that it looks tattered and torn, and it's sort of like the film stock of it looks like really beat to shit. I've always sort of liked that about the movie. Carter Lovejoy. I think Disney should make a Harry and Marv prequel series for Disney+. I want to see how they met and became partners. Yeah, well, weren't they supposed to make a Home Alone spin-off series with a girl or something? Which sounds really awful. I remember talking about that like over a year ago. I hope it never happens. But yeah, I mean, why not? Sure, I could see that, the spin-off series of the Wet Bandits, how they became the Wet Bandits. I mean, I don't know how deep you could really go with it. But yeah, I would watch that. Sure. Maybe early on they encountered another kid, sort of like Kevin McAllister. But in that situation, they won because he wasn't as smart as Kevin McAllister. And then they actually did bite off all of his fingers and murder him and then take all of his shit. That'd be a great way to end that series. A little bit dark, but hey. Jamie H., Happy New Year. Have you seen the Before trilogy? If so, what are your thoughts? Have I seen the Before trilogy? Jamie, I don't... What is the Before... What is that? Have you seen the Before trilogy? I don't know what that is. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't think I have, Jamie. Stephen Macer. Is it Stephen Macer or Steven? I've seen it spelled both ways. I'm going to go with Stephen Macer. The Keanu Reeves film Knock Knock has been brought up once or twice on the stream, and I wanted to throw my recommendation as well. Was recently added to Netflix. I'll check it out. I didn't really hear anything great about it. I actually heard it was sort of middle of the road at best, but I'll look into it. I will always give Keanu Reeves like 20 minutes. No matter what movie he's in, I'll watch it for 20 minutes to see if I like it. Trevor Wynn, John, your transition to focusing on these live streams was a fantastic move. I think you should double down on the concept for 2021. Well, thanks, man. And I've said this multiple times. I love doing the live streams. I think it's fun. It's It's the most enjoyable thing I've done on YouTube in years. And the reason I started YouTube was this kind of shit. I want to connect with you guys and talk to you. And then I've always been in the mindset, I like to talk about a lot of things at once. Because I feel like sort of like doing a dedicated video to just one topic. I don't know. It sort of just feels so limiting. And I like to talk about like 500 things on the spot and just go and answer questions. I just like the interaction. It's raw, visceral entertainment, and that's what I like. And I like that I can't hide behind editing. Like whatever I say, it's just out there forever. Poof, it's out there. So, and I will always do one of these live streams at least once a week. That is typically what I've been doing since February of this year. And the reason I started doing live streams was because everyone was stuck at home, and I was like, well, you know, I'm bored. I'm sure other people are bored. Let's connect. So, yeah, these aren't going anywhere. Trust me. And I try to improve them as much as I can, as often as I can. So, don't worry. More live streams for sure in the future. Trevor Wynn. Also, maybe bring back podcasts you did before on the channel. You have potential of being the Joe Rogan of movie podcasts. I don't know if I'd be the Joe Rogan of movie podcast, but I love podcasting. I like talking. Honestly, once again, if the less editing I have to do on myself, I always feel like it's better. Like it makes for the betterment of content. I do podcasts on my Patreon. It's sort of an exclusive for everyone who wants to join me there. That's what I've been doing for the last couple of years. So if you guys want to listen to podcasts, check me out on Patreon or become a YouTube member. But yeah, I've always looked into doing more podcasting. It's so hard to find like a co-host that always wants to do it and sort of a way to structure it. And, but I've always had it on the back burner. So I sort of just use these live streams as a podcast, more or less. It's a video podcast. Brandon, is it Brandon Jaros or Jaros? Hey, John, Happy New Year. How come you don't do these live streams on your main channel? I still watch them, just curious. Why don't I do these on my main channel? I don't know. I had a reason for that, and you know why? Because I kind of was like, all right, on my main channel, I was like, I'm going to do more dedicated videos, more movie news videos, more movie reviews. And I'll sort of savor the flavor of the live streams on my second channel where I'm not making a lot of vlogs anymore. But this gives that second channel something different, sort of like a reason for existing. And I always felt like with my main channel, the subscribers over there were, not for the most part, I just felt like the subscribers there were more fickle, like more mainstream viewers, like oh, I like movie reviews, so I'll watch this guy occasionally. But over on this channel, I feel like you guys, for the most part, enjoy whatever I do just based on my personality. Like I can get away with anything on this channel, and you guys are like, okay, that's fine, I get it. That's the weird shit I subscribed for. Also, actually, here's the reason. The YouTube algorithm is a weird, scary thing that makes no logical sense, and usually it punishes you for the most random reasons. So I noticed live streams on my main channel, the way the algorithm worked was because they're 2 hours long. Well, people usually tune in for 20 minutes or an hour. Some of you watch the whole thing, which thank you so much. But the YouTube algorithm looked at that and they were like, well, people aren't watching all 2 hours of the live stream, so I guess they're not interested. So then they punish your channel and they don't send it out, your videos, as to many subscribers as they typically would. I think that's why I did it. I was scared that the live streams would hurt my main channel. I think that's why I did it. And I think I proved that theory, so that's why I didn't constantly upload live streams to my main channel. I think that's the reason why. So, where are we at? X Connor X, or yeah, X Connor X. 2021 is the, what is that word? Eerie? 2021? Oh, 2021 in the Eerie? Happy New Year, John. Well, Happy New Year to you as well, Connor. Am I... What the fuck is that? I think that says Eerie, right? I don't... 2021, yeah, I don't know. What does that mean? I'm a dum-dum. I don't know what that means. But 2020 is going down the toilet very soon. Let's just flush this shit and get rid of it. I'm looking forward to moving on. Darren Michael Grant, Happy New Year, John. What's the weather? Well, the weather forecast right now is a good chance of snow and rain, and I guess we're supposed to have a snowstorm tomorrow morning. I was planning on going home to Indiana, which I'm from 2.5 hours away. I was going to go there and hang out with friends and family. I don't know if I'm going to do that still, but I do like a challenge. I kind of like driving through a snowstorm. It's like, am I going to live? I don't know, but it's fun trying. Secular Monk, Happy New Year, John. Congrats on joining the movie trivia schmodown. Looking forward to seeing you compete. Well, thanks, Secular. I'm looking forward to it as well. I hope I don't get my ass kicked. But it should be a good time. Marcel Patterson. Would love to collab with you and Chris on a short film. Been a fan of you guys for years and an inspiring filmmaker. It'd be cool to work with you two. Yeah, man. Well, I mean, what are you doing? What's your concept? What's your pitch? Where are you filming it? What do you do? I mean, are you gonna fly me out there, Tia? I mean, how do you make it happen? I'm not opposed to anything, but you got to let me know the details. But good luck with your short film, nevertheless, even if I can't participate. And thanks for the question. Mr. Hank Dunn, howdy, John. What movie do you think would be the first to make $1 billion after the pandemic? I firmly believe MI7 will do so. Well, let's see. That's if theaters open back up by then. Any superhero movie coming out will probably hit that $1 billion mark. Mission Impossible 7, I don't know. What did the last Mission Impossible movie? I know it did well, but did it do $1 billion? I don't know if Mission Impossible is the movie to do it. But theaters all have to be open again, so that's a tough call to make. I think any superhero movie would probably make the $1 billion. It's just like, when does this end and when do those come out? That's the trick. Nev Soul, hey John, who would win in a battle, Douglas in Falling Down or Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler? Well, Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler didn't have an automatic assault rifle, so maybe Douglas in Falling Down because he had the weapon. Yeah, he had weapons, man. Like, what's Jake Gyllenhaal gonna do? Record him with steady hands? I mean, I love Gyllenhaal, but I think Douglas is almost a bit more crazy, and he didn't know how to hide it as well. Tyler, thanks for the super chat, man. But you didn't ask a question. But thanks, Tyler. Justin Corona, looking forward to Clerks 3. Clerks 2 is a classic. Well, Clerks 1, I would say, is a classic. Am I looking forward to Clerks 3? Absolutely. I don't think there's a movie that I relate to more than the first Clerks movie. I really enjoy Clerks 2. I really do. I just think by the third act of the movie with the donkey scene, it's sort of like it felt like they were trying a little bit too hard. But the first Clerks, man, that movie speaks to me. Like, that's I love movies that take place in one location and movies where you just have two entertaining, relatable characters talking about things. I find them so relaxing and almost therapeutic in a weird way. And the first Clerks does that for me. And I've been waiting for a Clerks 3 movie since the Clerks 2 came out in 2006. So, yeah, I'm waiting. Hopefully it comes out soon, one day. Like, the character of Randall speaks to me. Like, I think he's a great representation of, like, one aspect of my personality. Where am I at in the questions here? Okay. I'm making sure I don't miss anything here. Nevsol became a member. Well, thanks, Nevsol. Thanks for that, buddy. Okay. Jordan, favorite quote from Fury Road? Not so much a quote, but I really liked the concept of mother's milk. Rectus Erectus. What is my favorite quote from Fury Road? I always liked when Morton Joe just goes, mediocre. Like, I like that. I like that saying. They are my property. I like when Rick just goes, I had a baby brother and he was perfect in every way. I kind of like watching that movie now. All right, scrolling back here, making sure I didn't miss any questions because I always somehow miss questions. Sorry, guys. Hang on a second here. Batsy L, hey John, happy healthy new year. Do you know the film Strange Days from 1995? I do know that. Directed by Catherine Bigelow, co-written by James Cameron. Kind of a futuristic movie. It's not that good. It's really kind of like odd and bizarre, and you never, like, you keep trying to get into it, but it never allows you to. The opening scene is really cool. It's like a one-take shot. But yeah, going into the movie, I was like, "Oh man, this must be like a hidden gem I never saw." And then I watched it. I thought I was gonna love it, based on the director and the producer and everything. And it's not that great of a movie. I really honestly forget like half the stuff that happens halfway through it. But I remember not liking it that much. Charles Taff, what's your favorite of the three main stories in Pulp Fiction? Vincent and Marcella's wife, the gold watch, or the Bonnie situation? I think the gold watch is the best. That's a tough one, man. I love them all equally. I mean, the gold watch I think is the best because you go on sort of the biggest journey, because you end up in because with that storyline you end up in the basement of the pawn shop with the Gimp, and for that reason alone, I would say that would make that the best storyline. But man, the Samuel Jackson stuff with Jules, and having to go to the house and clean the car, and just because Samuel Jackson and that whole conversation with Samuel and John Travolta, that's good stuff. So, but I would agree. I think the Gold Watch storyline is like the pivotal storyline of the movie for me. So maybe that, yeah. Watchtower Studios. Hey John, have you heard of the new Alien show on FX? Everything I've heard about it doesn't sound good, isn't it? An alien show without xenomorphs? Okay. I'll check it out, but I don't have high hopes for it. Marcel Patterson, have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender? If not, I and most of the chat would highly recommend it. A Nick show with mature themes, cool lore, and action. I had a buddy that loved that show years ago. I watched a few episodes of it, and I get why people like it. I think it's one of those shows that probably get better the deeper you get into it. But it just, I don't know. I didn't get deep into it, but I get why people like it. You know, if I want to watch an animated show with deep themes, with characters I really enjoy, I would just watch Batman, the animated series from the 90s. That gives me all of that. And it gives me Batman. So what more can you say? And Charles, thanks for the question earlier, man. That was very generous of you. Thank you. Lucas Bernowskowitz. Just watched the Star Wars prequels for the first time. Those don't feel like actual Star Wars movies. No, they do not. They feel like sterile, bland movies with everyone sitting on a couch talking about politics and trade things in front of a green screen. Like, so much expositional dialogue between characters just walking down hallways or sitting on a couch talking. That's not Star Wars. Sorry. But with all that said, actually, when it comes to the prequels, I like The Phantom Menace the most. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, why? I don't know. Darth Maul, great lightsaber scene. Anakin Skywalker's annoying as shit, but I still like the pod racing stuff. And people hate Jar Jar, and I hate him too, but he sort of just gives it that weird flavor you want. You know what I mean? It's like, it's sometimes when you eat something, you're like, it's not good, but it has a weird taste that I like. So that's what Phantom Menace does for me. And plus, I saw it in theaters as a kid, and I think it was the first Star Wars movie I did, in fact, see in theaters because I wasn't alive when the original trilogy came out. So maybe it holds a special place in my heart there. Hector the Chill Guy, Ted Levine, Buffalo Bill actor, is also the first Fast and Furious movie. Yeah, he is. He plays the detective and father, I believe. Is he the father of Brian? I know he's a police officer. I don't know if he's also Brian's father and also a police officer. Maybe he's not. But yeah, he's also in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. He's the guy who wants to collect dinosaur teeth to make a necklace. That's his plot. Oh, she's a big old fat lady, wasn't she? Jacob Juice. Dear John, before I go to Sleepyland, I wanted to mention to you that The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly will hit 4K in April. Are you excited about this? I definitely am. I need to see those glorious eyes from Eastwood in the best way possible. Yeah, man, The Good, Bad, and the Ugly is a great spaghetti western by Sergio Leone. Is it Sergio Leone or Sergio Leone? I always say Sergio Leone. Either way, yeah, I think that'll be a great looking 4K because it's shot on film. Is it shot in? Did they shoot it? Is it 70 millimeter? Isn't it a higher millimeter film stock they use for that? Yeah, that'll look great. I haven't watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in a long time, and I think I'd probably check out that 4K when it comes out. Plus, just like the final scene of that, where it's playing like Ecstasy of Gold. Oh God, give me that. Rando Commando 41, Happy New Year, John. Gotta go. Here's a digital code for Home Alone. Everybody, go steal that digital code if you haven't already. And keep the change, you filthy animals. Take care, Rando Commando, and thanks for joining me, man. Justin Emerson Richards, can you say the insult in the Hook dinner scene? You rude crew bag of pre-food chew, dude. Why don't you go suck? Why don't you go suck on a dead dog's nose? There's a few others. God, I can't remember the rest of them. Paranesian brain. That's another one. I just always like the airplane scene. You're afraid you're going to be sucked out. James Doshier. Hey, John. Happy New Year. Hope you're doing well. Well, thanks, James. I hope you are doing well as well, man. Nev Soul, why is Wes Craven's Shocker so terrible? It's a pretty bad movie, but it's a guilty pleasure movie. It sort of feels like Wes Craven was like, well, people liked Nightmare on Elm Street. Let's sort of bastardize that, take the concept ever so slightly, except this guy doesn't haunt your dreams. He haunts your cable network. He haunts electricity. Yeah, it's a pretty bad movie, but it's sort of a guilty pleasure movie where you just laugh your ass off. What is the main character's name? Pinker? Is it Pinker? Horace Pinker. Why do I fucking know that? Finger looking good. If you haven't seen Shocker, watch it around Halloween time with some friends. You'll enjoy it. You might laugh a few times. Trig Josh. Hey, John, do you think James Cameron's Avatar sequels have missed the boat? Have the sequels waited too long? Do you think anyone cares? I don't think anyone cares, but I think once they come out, people will sort of care. I think the first sequel to the Avatar, I was going to say trilogy, but it's like 8 movies, so it's not a trilogy. I think it'll do well. I think the interest will be there. People are going to want to go see it. It's pure escapism. If it has an epic trailer, I think it'll do well, especially overseas. I mean, the Avatar films, people in like China and overseas, they love those movies, man. And that's where they made the majority of their box office draw. I like the first Avatar movie. I don't care what anyone says. But I'll be there. I'll watch it. But here's the question. Here's the trick. That next sequel has to be good. It has to be good because the next 3 movies depend on that. Like if the next movie's not great and it doesn't energize everyone else to love Avatar again, then we have 3 more movies coming out after that. So I'm looking forward to it, but my expectations are right here until the trailer comes out. Stephen Macer, when you revisit The Hateful Eight, do you watch the original cut or the Netflix extended series version? I always watch the extended version on Netflix. That's the one I always go to. I love it. I love The Hateful Eight. I think it's a truly underrated movie from Tarantino, and it's become one of my favorite movies of his. I think it's almost a near perfect movie. And once again, I just said this a little bit ago, but I love films that take place in one location. And I love sort of like the whodunit movies, and Hateful Eight is that. It's like the perfection of that. So yeah, I always watch the extended version. You can never give me enough of Hateful Eight. Like, I wish another version came out with another extended 87 minutes of the movie. I would watch that. So yeah, I always watch the extended versions of it. So thanks for the question, Stephen. Connor Malloy. Hey, John. Been watching you since you were living in your parents' basement. Those were the good days. What are your thoughts on Rock Star with Mark Wahlberg? Happy New Year. Connor, I don't know. Do you have a camera in my house or something? Because that is the weirdest, odd question, but yet the biggest coincidence of 2020. I just watched Rockstar the other day on HBO Max, and I've always really enjoyed that movie with Mark Wahlberg. It's a hilarious movie. I think it's also really interesting because it takes place in the 80s. I just like the vibe of the movie. It's great. It sort of reminds me of like The Wedding Singer, ever so slightly. But I love Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on HBO Max. Go check it out. It's a solid movie. Like, it's a solid, like, little hidden gem of a movie with some great comedy. And if you like 80s, like, rock metal, it's perfection. I was going to do the quote that he does in the movie, but I don't want to get this live stream demonetized. Trig Josh. Hello, John. Can you please watch and review Hard Candy 2005? There aren't any decent reviews of it. I only value you and Chris's reviews. Well, thank you for that. I've seen the movie. I haven't probably seen it since 2005. I enjoyed it. Was like, didn't it have like a Little Red Riding Hood vibe to it, sort of, where she like basically removes the manhood of predatory men. Seems like a movie Hollywood would like more so than ever. I liked it. I just haven't seen it since it came out. Jacob Bowley. Any movie a girlfriend of yours has recommended that you were surprised that you liked? No. I think that's the honest answer to that. No, I don't think there is. No, there isn't. Not off the top of my head. No, there isn't. A few TV shows, though. Amber has found a few good TV shows I liked. Like, she started watching Kingdom with Frank Grillo, and that was pretty good. That's one TV show she recommended. Mike Mula. What's up, John? Have you seen Baby Boy or Players Club? What do you think of both movies? I don't think I've seen Players Club, but I do love me some Baby Boy. Jody Joe. God, I love Baby Boy. Is this the Jody who's living with Ma Boo? Can't take care of his responsibilities as a man? Oh God, ain't my son. Oh, I love in Baby Boy when the little kid's building a fort and Snoop Dogg knocks it down. Fuck your fort. I love it. James, did by any chance see Wonder Woman 1984? Heard it's pretty bad. It is pretty bad. It's one of those movies that I can't believe that it got greenlit. I can't believe that they wrote a script and the studio said, oh yeah, that looks great. People are going to love that. It's a mess of a movie. I want to do a review for it. It's truly a mess of a movie. Like, it's way too long. The plot's a mess. It doesn't stick to its own rules or logic. The villains are all over the place with their motivations and what they're doing in the movie. It's not clear what they're doing. They sort of make it up as they go. Wonder Woman's not really Wonder Woman for half the movie. There's an hour and a half where almost nothing happens in the movie, where you could have condensed that hour and a half of nothingness into like 35 minutes. Steve Trevor's isn't. He's just some guy, and like I'm not gonna spoil it for you. It's not very good, man. But if you get bored, watch it. I hated it. Like I was trying to love it, and I was like, ew. Like I was so bored halfway through the movie. ADSB Vids and Stop Motion. If you want a favorite movie of 2020, watch Soul. I did watch Soul. Definitely not one of my favorite movies of 2020, though, man. And I love Pixar. I don't know. I just felt like it sort of felt like something I've seen already from Pixar. It just felt like I felt like I've already seen the movie somewhere. I don't know. The animation was great. Maybe I didn't feel anything. It was a nice message. It was very endearing, but yeah, I just wasn't that entertained by it. It just didn't have enough moments in the movie I want to go back and revisit. I'd rather watch Toy Story or WALL-E. Better Zaga, put the bunny back in the box. Yes, great Nick Cage line, one of the best ever, and only a line Nick Cage could get away with giving and make it feel like it's a real threat. Charles Taff, who did the better supporting role, Robert Shaw in Jaws or Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs? I'm gonna go with Anthony Hopkins. The character Hannibal Lecter only has like a total of like 8 minutes of screen time in Silence of the Lambs or something like that. It's like 8 minutes, but it's truly captivating. Like every second he's on screen, you're just like, it has chills and it resonates and you remember every scene that he's in, and he adds so much to the movie where he almost steals the movie. Yeah, and didn't he win Best Supporting Actor for Silence of the Lambs or Best Actor? It was something like I think he broke the record for like the awards because he only had 8 minutes of screen time, but he won Best Supporting Actor. I believe I think that's what happened. But it was like the first time ever that someone won the award for that amount of screen time. So I'd go with Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter all day. Lucas Bernowskowitz, excited for Cobra Kai tomorrow? Yo, yeah, dude. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah. The closer we get to it, the more excited I am. Trick Josh, Ellen Page, don't remove his manhood in Hard Candy. She intimidated him into thinking that she had. Okay, yeah. That's right. He was an internet predator. Yeah, okay. Yeah, why did I think she took his manhood? Yes, now I remember the ending. Now I recall the ending. I always thought, like, why didn't he just, like, take her and just kill her and then go on with his life? But yeah, I slightly do remember the movie. Alex McCutcheon, Johnny, you have to do more movie nights, please. I want to. I will. I have an idea for one I think you guys will enjoy. I'm not opposed to it, I assure you. Okay, guys, I have like 4 more questions here I'm going to get to. But what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to take a quick like 2-minute break. What I want you guys to do during this 2-minute break, maybe it's 3 minutes, is don't leave. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to be right back. Don't get scared now. But during this break, get all the questions in that you guys want to ask. I'm going to come back and answer every single one of those questions and a few more. And then I'm going to wrap up this live stream because we have somewhere to go. We're supposed to go to a friend's house for the new year and play some board games. And I want to drink some Fireball. So, guys, get your questions in. I'll be back in just a few more minutes. And yeah, so don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. And as a wise man once said, I'll be back. And here we go. Don't get scared now. I'm waiting for that snap at midnight. Everyone just turns to dust. Maybe I'll be one of the lucky ones left over. All right, guys, let's dive back into the questions. By the way, thanks to Baker Tier, who just became a member a few minutes ago. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. And if you guys are members, by the way, all the extra exclusive content like the podcast, the Q&A, stuff like that, I upload vlog videos just for members and Patreon members. If you go to the community tab on this channel, you click the community tab. If you're a member and you're signed in, you'll see all that extra shit right there in the community tab if you go to my actual channel and click the community tab. So I know a lot of people didn't know that. And by the way, before we dive into the rest of the questions, if you guys could, the only thing I ever ask of you is to give the video a thumbs up. That way it lets the stupid YouTube algorithm know that you guys are here, you're happy, and you want to see more of this. That's all I really ask, and I would appreciate it. All right, guys, let's dive back into the questions. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, get them in now. No more new questions because I don't want to miss it, and I have to leave in a few minutes. So let's just get back to the questions here. Ellipsis 10. Happy New Year, bro. Make anime film reviews. Well, hey, man. Thanks, and Happy New Year to you too, and thanks for the super chat. The thing is, I've seen some anime films, and I think they're cool, and I like some of them. I'm not in love. I'm not in love with the genre. I'm just really not. I like the artwork. And sometimes I do like some sequences in the anime films. I don't know. It just doesn't speak to me. So that's why I don't make anime film reviews. D-Train, congrats on making it to the Schmodown draft. I've been clamoring for you to enter the Schmodown for years. I've even started rallies. Okay, maybe not, but I'm excited as hell for you. I'll be rooting for you all the way. Which fraction are you most interested in? I'm not sure, man. To be honest with you, I don't quite know all the in and outs of the Schmodown. Like, I've seen some episodes, but I don't know the fractions and all the details. I sort of just told Christian I would do it. Tell me when, tell me where, send me a link, and I'll be there, man. So I don't know all the details. I need to look into it. I'm a little bit ignorant when it comes to all the details of the Schmodown. But hey, I'll be there, man. And I'm looking forward to it too. Baketeer. Oh yeah, we already said that. Watchtower Studios, favorite alien movie, favorite all-time sci-fi film, favorite alien movie, like Aliens, or just an alien movie in general movie. My favorite alien movie might be Aliens. Aliens, yeah. So the second movie. But I liked the concept of Prometheus. I thought that had like the best concept of any movie when it deals with like alien-esque sci-fi elements. Like, I was so looking forward to that because that's what really intrigues me. Like, if you would have took the concept of Prometheus and you gave it to someone else and they didn't try to tie it in with like xenomorphs in the Alien franchise, and it was just about these explorers looking for the origin of life, and we somehow found out like another civilization, another distant alien civilization was the reason we were we exist, and they just came here and they basically dumped some black goo in the water and we evolved from that. Which you could do. I mean, really, if you went somewhere and dumped some bacteria somewhere, it could cultivate life, and in 1 billion or 2 billion years, it could be something else, it just fascinates me. So the concept behind Prometheus was everything I wanted to see, but the execution, not so much. But as far as like sci-fi films, like Terminator is a sci-fi flick, and I love T2, so. Steel Force. Hey, John, Happy New Year. You and your videos have been with me for 10 years now, and I hope they'll be with me for another 10 years. Love you, man. Well, I love you too, Steel Force. Thanks for the question. And thank you for that. That made me feel warm inside. I liked that. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. To be honest, when it comes to YouTube, like, I feel like I've been on cruise control mode for a couple years. I'm not going to lie to you. And there's as my grandparents would say, John, you have so much potential, but you're just disappointing. Yeah. So I have a lot of ideas, and I'm not giving up until I bring those to fruition. So thank you for that. And like I said, if YouTube's here in 10 years, I'll probably be here too. Looking old as shit in another 10 years, but I'll still be here. Claudio Rogajon. Hey, Claudio. Hey, you're going to get pissed drunk tonight. Also, what's the craziest party thing you've ever done? I probably won't get drunk tonight, but I like to get a little bit buzzed and play Jenga. Craziest party story? On my 21st birthday, I went to a gentleman's club. I drank so much, I puked in the bathroom. The bouncer kicked me out, and I remember waiting for my friends in the parking lot. That was a good story. Jordan, have you ever checked out Ryan Hollinger on YouTube? He makes great analysis videos on horror movies in a thick Irish accent. Ryan Hollinger, I'm sure I might have come across him somewhere on YouTube, but I off the top of my head, if I saw one of his videos, maybe I would remember, but I don't recall. Jacob Bowley, if you were to die tomorrow, well, that's fucking morbid, man. Knock on wood. Yeah, let's knock on wood. And this was your last message to your fans. What would you have to say, and what would you want done in celebration of your life? Well, if I don't see you next time, good night, good afternoon, and good morning. I say that all backwards and wrong, but I'll see you guys next time in this life or another. I don't know, man. What do you want me to say? You want me to say my goodbyes now? And what would I want done? I don't know. Just remember, men come and go, but legends never die. I'll go with that. I'll go with that. That's fine by me. Where am I at? Okay. Lucas Bernowskowitz. What's Jeremy Johns like? I've met him once. I mean, I guess I met him a few times, like 3 or 4 times over the course of a few days back in 2012. He's more or less like his videos. He's sort of the same guy in his videos. And he admits that he has like attention deficit disorder, which you can kind of pick up on when you talk to him. He's a nice guy, no problems. When I met him, I hung out with him, Stuckman, and Mark Ellis, I believe, and we walked down the street. I don't know if Mark Ellis was there, maybe he was. And I remember we came across a men's warehouse or whatever, where they sell like dress suits. And Jeremy Johns was like, I want to go in here and look around, because he's really into like wearing dress jackets and tuxedos and shit, I guess. So I remember we went in there and looked around. That's what I remember most. Just JDD24, would you have liked if Marty's girlfriend was featured more in Back to the Future sequels? No, I didn't care about her. I just cared about Doc Brown and Marty's relationship. Like, whenever they just knocked her out and left her somewhere, I was like, that's sufficient. Just leave her there. Yeah, I guess I didn't need to see more Jennifer in the Back to the Future movies. Oh, hi, Mark. Let's give credit to Vasquez from Aliens for her major body transformation. She is overlooked, laugh aloud. She was Jana Lee in T2 and the Irish mother in Titanic. You're right. Yeah. You're right. Yes, you're right. Yeah, she got in good shape, and then she's in the shower scene in Aliens, being all tough like a badass chick. Yeah, she was good. Yeo Ferraria. Hey John, thoughts on the movie The Sixth Day? Yeah, one of those late like 90, was that 99 that came out, or was that 2000? The Sixth Day with Arnold was definitely sort of not a great movie. The concept was cool. Like, I liked that they talked about cloning. And Arnold was like a helicopter pilot. I liked the end of the movie where the one guy is trying to clone himself, and he's only like 80% complete, and then he comes out of the thing and he's all like moist and wet looking. I was like, ew. Yeah, it was okay. I remember not hating the movie, but it's definitely not a great movie. Bakatir, Take that, YouTube algorithm. Drink responsible, everyone, and Happy New Year. I know it's not a question, but it's a thought. The thought that counts. Yes, wise words. And Happy New Year to you too, man. And thanks for the super chat. And Happy New Year to you and all of you watching. And thanks for becoming a member a little bit ago too, man. Much appreciated. Cutter Hale, big fan of your content. Have you seen Promising Young Woman? I think it's the best movie of 2020. Never seen anything like it. It's my favorite of 2020. Yeah, I've been meaning to watch it. That's another movie I've been meaning to watch, and I've heard it's good. That's the other movie I need to watch before I make my list. Is it odd that Greenland might make my top 10 best of the year? Like, it might be like number 10, but it's on there. Like, I didn't hate the movie. I'm just putting it out there. It's just easy fluff to watch. All right. Hang on. Scrolling through some questions here. Just JDD24, who's a member, says, never saw the prequels or the new trilogy. Well, you're not missing much, man. Just watch the original. That's all you need. Have you ever seen Tenet? I've talked about Tenet every single live stream for the last 5 months. Yeah, I've seen Tenet. It's actually setting back there on 4K right now, and I just can't get it up to watch the movie again. I did see Tenet. It's definitely style over substance, and it's actually style over sound mixing as well, because the audio is just atrocious in that movie. What is the most unrewatchable movie you've seen? Unrewatchable movie. That's too tough. I don't know the most unrewatchable movie I've seen. Oh, man. Maybe The Sixth Sense. Like, it's sort of one of those movies where you know the ending to that. You don't ever need to watch it again. Maybe that's just me. I don't think that's the most unrewatchable, but off the top of my head, I'd probably go with that. Have you ever been to Connecticut? No, I have not been to Connecticut. I don't know why I would go to Connecticut. Like, what would I need to go to Connecticut for? Dan Peters, thanks for the donation, man. Have you seen the movie Rounders? And related question, do you play poker? Well, Dan, I have seen Rounders. I really enjoy it. That's one of those sort of underrated movies I've always enjoyed. I like movies about like smart people doing like gambling or risking something. Just so it's a good Matt Damon movie and Ed Norton movie. I've always enjoyed it. The one thing I don't like about it is John Malkovich's. Why does that sound weird when you say it in plural? John Malkovich is accent. He has like a terrible Russian accent. It's so terrible. But I do like the movie. And do I play poker? I don't know how to play poker. I just recently learned how to play roulette. And I sort of know how to play blackjack, but I suck at it. Dylan Inks, thoughts on Elliot Page and how's your workout life these days? Elliot Page, yeah, good for him now. Good for Elliot. I don't know what else you want me to say about it. I don't know. Good job, I guess, doing what you want to do with your life. I'm just curious how it affects, I guess, his future career in Hollywood. And will Elliot Page play male roles? I don't know. I'm curious how that goes. Yeah. Okay, give me like a few more minutes. Okay, guys, we have a few more minutes, then I have to go. All right. How's your workout life these days? Well, a little bit non-existent. I have a home gym in my garage. It's there. I want to use it. I look forward to using it some days, but then I just get so lazy. Right now, I'm just trying to do enough occasionally to where I don't get a dad bod. That is it. But I need to get back into it. And every time I'm out there working out, I really enjoy it. Like, I turn on the music. I'm listening to like Zimmer music, getting a good pump. I really enjoy it. It's just like the motivation of like going out there. You see, the thing I always enjoyed about the gym was like the process of going to the gym. Like I'm at home making my pre-workout, then I get in my car and I turn the heat up to like 120 degrees. Even if it's a hot summer's day out, I always turn the heat up because I want to use my car like a sauna until I get to the gym. And just sort of the social element of going to the gym. Like it was just fun to go there and like people watch. But now that's sort of missing nowadays. So I don't know. And the other thing is, like, I feel like I got as big as I could humanly possibly get 3, 4, 5 years ago. And I feel like once you climbed that mountain peak, once you're there, it's like, okay, well, why would I go back? But yeah, I need to start working out occasionally a bit more, like just so I look proportionate. The trick is I have a big head, so I have to keep my body proportionate with my head, or else it just looks really off-putting. Jeremiah Boiling has become a member. Well, thanks, Jeremiah. Yay. Oh, okay, guys. So I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Don't ask any more questions. I don't want to miss your super chats, your Streamlab questions. I do appreciate it. I just don't want to miss anything if you guys ask it now. Someone asked me to dance. Absolutely not. I have no rhythm. Have you seen Departed? Absolutely, I've seen Departed. Where's your mother? At home fucking my father. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I just was making sure no one asked any more questions. But hey, guys, this will probably be the last time I see you in 2020. It's been a rough year, a crazy year, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. But either way, we got through it together. And I will see you guys in 2021. Hopefully, it's a better year. Everyone has a much better time in 2021. New movies come out. The sun comes out, we're all happy once again, and we will bask in each other's glory one day. Again, together. But yeah, I will see you guys in 2021. It's going to be hopefully a good year. I'm looking forward to it. It can't get any worse, or maybe it can. An asteroid hits Earth at some point, we all blow up and incinerate. That's the worst that could happen, but I don't think it's going to go there. Azim says, we never said thank you, and you'll never have to. All I ask from you guys is you guys keep coming back to look at my stupid face and occasionally click that stupid thumbs up button on the video. That's all I have really ever asked of you guys. That's all I've ever really needed. But hey, everything else is a much appreciated extra thing that you guys do. And just thanks for coming back and watching me, you guys. And yeah, I wasn't going to make a live stream tonight, but I was like, you know what? The people need me, and I need them. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good night. Have a happy new year, however you're celebrating. And I hope you guys have a good night. And I will see you guys in 2021 very soon with some new videos, new live streams, and a few other surprises along the way. Have a good night, a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. And let's end it here.